What's up, guys? Gaonan here, and welcome to Season 4 of Drafting to Masters. This is going to be my very first draft of the season, and I've had a good finish to Season 3 with my Defiance drafts. I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on how to successfully draft in Defiance at the moment, and so I'm looking forward to this season and seeing if we can hit Masters even faster than we did last month. Also, if you've missed any of the previous seasons, I've included the playlist in the top right corner of this video. For anyone that's new to the channel, I'm glad you're here, and I would greatly appreciate you subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'm pushing for more goals, and I'm thinking that if we hit certain tiers, that maybe I could do some more silly stipulation drafts, even something just like rare drafting, where I simply just click the top left card in every single pack and try and build a winning deck out of that. Many people that draft only rare draft and don't take it as seriously as I do, so I think that could be kind of fun and maybe even a little enlightening. Also, just want to wish everybody a happy new year and hope everybody got some sweet rewards from the end of the season. Without further ado, let's get into our first draft of Season 4. Alright, I think this is going to be a pretty easy pack one, pick one infused guardian for us. Pillar of Dreams, not very excited about that. Comes down too late and doesn't have probably a big enough impact unless you're in Wind Chest with some sort of go wide strategy, so I'm not super excited about that. Not a huge fan of Umbral Edge. It's usually just a 1-for-1. Chancellor's Horn isn't very exciting. And Elvish Swindler I don't like too much either. The 2-3 body for 5 is just pretty embarrassing, but I guess if you have pretty good relics, could be pretty decent. At common, Lazy Firemane is decent, Begone is fine, Oni Samurai is okay, but I really think Infused Guardian is very good and hard to deal with. It's not necessarily the color that I like to be in. Right now, I think being in base Skycrag is the best because you can go in Ixten for the renowned strategies or Genev with some good amplify strategies. Just because we pick Infused Guardian here doesn't mean we're locked into time or anything like that though, and I think it's just the best card. Blister Sting Claws, not very exciting, very expensive. Pledge is a pretty strong keyword. There's also a token of Instinct if we wanted to get the fixing early for Genev. If we take Coastal Recruit, then we're in Cambrai right now, which puts us in Caridon potentially. Other than Coastal Recruit, I think Token is fine. I think Begone is okay. I've never played Dune Painter. I guess it could be okay, but I don't like 2/2s for 3. I think I'm actually going to take the token here, just because, as I said, I prefer to be in that base Skycrag, and this token helps us splash the Infused Guardian we already have. Might be forcing a little hard here, because I think it's very reasonable to just pick up Coastal Recruit, but I don't think we're missing out on too much by passing it up here. Arachnodon Egg is great. Also like Sandcrawler, Bannerman's good fixing. Mischief Yeti is good, Barrel Through is a nice trick, Token of Honor is good fixing as well. But just going to take the Arachnodon Egg since it lines up with Infused Guardian, and I think it's just a very strong turn 1 play. Stoneshell Walker seems like it could be a good reason to be base Praxis. A 5/5 for 5 is nice, and if it dies, you're getting extra power, so no issues there. Other cards that are decent in this pack, I think Sudden Schism is probably okay. Aerial Spotter is pretty good. And those are the main cards I would be looking at. Bleak Basin Guide, there's a lot of ping effects in this format. If it goes unanswered, obviously it's very good, and if it comes down on turn 3. So it's got those two things, because it can kill you very fast in the air, but there are a lot of ping effects in the format, so I don't love this card. So Stoneshell Walker it is. Starved Vorlunk could be an okay top end. I think Coastal Beastmaster is quite good. That would be ditching some of our time cards for Beastmaster. I think it probably is the best card here. Unmoored Valkyrie is pretty good. I think Honeypot's okay as well. And in Genev, you can get some decent relics. So I'm between Honeypot and Coastal Beastmaster here. And I think I'm just going to take Honeypot. Cartographer is a good 2-drop. I love card selection, so that's nice. Another Dune Painter here, and then a lot of not great cards. I think Iron Hook is playable as well, but it's nothing special. Carnivorous Sauropod is a great reason to be in Genev. Secret Passage is also a good relic, but don't know if we would splash for it. So I'm just going to take the Carnivorous Sauropod since we seem to be in Genev at the moment. I'll take the Token of Knowledge here for the fixing rather than Sandcrawler. I think this guy is fairly replaceable, and I think it's better than a second Honeypot as well. Another Arachnodon egg is nice, so we'll take that. Awaken the Ages could be good. Cautious Traveler. We're probably going to be splashing for fire, so I'm not super excited about this, so we'll just take Awaken the Ages. Begone's fine, and Rumbling Contraption. Kennel Master, not very excited about that. Don't think we're going to have like a ton of spells that are just going to be sitting in our void. Probably just going to take the fixing of Skycrag Banner here. We could take Parma for some ramp and a way to deal with weapons, but I think I'm just going to take the fixing here. There is like nothing in this pack for us. We could take Wildfire Sensari. Maybe we end up splashing for Primal instead of Fire. Don't think we want to splash for the Renegade Valkyrie, even though it is pretty good. Stranger doesn't help us fix for any of our colors. Viper's Bite I don't like. And Recogulator, I don't think we would splash it. So we'll take the Wildfire Sensari and see if we end up in base Praxis instead of base Elysian. Wow, lots of good choices here. Ruination Sledge is nice. Probably just going to take Lightning Strike, but there's Elysian Banner as well. But yeah, we'll just take the Lightning Strike here. Elysian Stranger is nice. Could also just take Seek Power. You always do need 2-drops. But Seek Power does allow you to play one less power in your deck. Dispel is also good, Tower Top Patrol is good, and Spear Diver is serviceable, but I think I'm just going to take Seek Power here. Some nice fire cards coming through, better than the Primal, so this might be the time to pivot and take Rebel Sharpshooter here over the Grenarender and the Ruination Sledge. Rebel Sharpshooter can just be insane with weapons, so if we can get him to 4, then he's a real threat. Voracious Fossora is like filler 3-drop. We'll probably just take Magma Javelin here for the removal. Nothing else really here for us. Nice Justice cards coming through, but we're a long way from Justice at this point. So Magma Javelin it is. I guess I'm going to take Smith's Hammer though, just because I don't think I would splash for Jump Kick. Alright, Granite Acolyte is a great 3-drop, awesome for Renown, and awesome for Rebel Sharpshooter. Don't think we're playing any of these here. Flash Freeze is probably in. Pyrodept is in. Young Gun not in. Holy cow. Changey Stick is still crazy good. Probably just the pick here. Welding Torch is great. Ice Bow is nice, but we don't have any of the deadly guys to synergize with the Ice Bow at the moment. And I don't like taking Refracted Sentinel because in a format where you're often in 3 colors, this is putting your opponent ahead on power and helping them fix for their 3rd color usually. So that's pretty scary. And I don't think we have enough relics for Monolith Guardian, so easy changey stick here. Dragon Breath is nice removal. Could also take Lethrai Secret Weaver, but if Primal is our splash, don't really want the double Primal card, so we will take Dragon Breath here. Like it more than Panoptic Guardian. Bold Adventurer is pretty much filler at this point. Like, I'd rather play a Stranger over Bold Adventurer. That was a pretty eye-opening thing that a buddy shared with me, and it makes a lot of sense because 2-3, yeah, it's nice stats, but it's not going to do a whole lot, whereas fixing for your colors is going to help you be able to play your cards when your opponent might not be able to. Could take another Magma Javelin, could also take Barkeep's Friend. We'll take another Javelin. Another Granite Acolyte is good for us, so we'll take that. Ruination Sledge is very good. Skycrack Banner is also good fixing. We're doing pretty well on the fixing though. If Primal is the splash, we already have 4 sources, including Seek Power. So I'm not super worried about it. So yeah, let's take the powerful weapon Ruination Sledge, and that can potentially replace Smith's Hammer. Don't think I'm playing either one of these, but I guess I'll take Cryptic Etchings over Gifted Battle. Holy cow. Welding Torch is great, so we'll take that. Cobalt Ring is some card selection. Don't think we'll play it though. It's just too slow. Another Smith's Hammer is fine. Rally, don't know if it makes it, but maybe. Alright, so before we get into this pack, let's do quick unit count just to make sure we're on track and see, where do we need to fill these holes, and then we'll go from there. So I only have about 12 units at the moment, so definitely need to focus on units at this point. We definitely need more 2-drops. We have a lot of 3 and 4s, if you count Arachnodon Eggs as 4s. So yeah, we definitely need more units. And in particular early ones, but I feel like Shingain Firebrand is too good to pass up for us. With all these weapons we've got, it's a good removal and body tempo play that you can get with this card, so I think it's definitely worth taking here. Display of Instinct is very good. Bannerman is more fixing for us, but I think Display of Instinct is too good to pass. But if Display of Instinct wasn't here, I'm probably taking Bannerman and then Lazy Fireman after that. Another Infused Guardian. Do we have too many 5s? Surveiller is also a great 4-drop. I love that it pledges for you as well. And Acantha's Outrider, I had to be reminded by my same buddy that this card has the word pledge on it. So it's very relevant even in your opening hand, even if you don't have a ton of relics in your deck. But I'm leaning towards Surveiller here. Could be right to just take Lazy Fireman also. But our 3-drops don't look that bad. I think Infused Guardian is too good to pass up, but I think there's definitely argument to take Surveiller or Lazy Fireman for curve considerations, but I think Infused Guardian is really good. And we got rewarded because we got Surveiller in this pick. We could also take Sirocco Glider, which is very good at holding down opposing units. Could also take Scorpion, but we don't have any of the ping effects. I guess we have one with Dragon Breath, but that's really it. I don't think we're that desperate for the removal. So it's between Surveiller and Sirocco Glider. My gut says to take Surveiller, so that's what I'm going to go with here. Another Infused Guardian. Could also just take more fixing, but bodies are good for us at this point. Outrider might be worth taking as well, just as one of our only flyers. Let's take the Outrider this time. I don't think we want another Infused Guardian. Sandcrawler, I think, is totally reasonable here, so we'll take that. Fledgling Aviasaur does wear weapons very well. It is kind of odd to splash for this card, but I definitely like it more than Ruckus Rouser. Our curve isn't that high, so Aviasaur it is. So here we could take Scorpion, we could take Surveiller. I think we'll just take Scorpion this time. Holy cow, another infused Guardian? Seems good to me. Maybe we play Spitfire, I'm not sure. And Crystal Dirk. Alright, so we ended up with a ton of playables, and I think the first thing to do, I always like to take my power out first, and then the next thing is to look at the primal cards and which ones are we actually going to play. Yikes, we are really low on 1s and 2s. Like, I want to take out Cartographer, but I don't know if we can. Fledgling Aviasaur I think is fine. So what primal cards could we cut? I mean, honestly, like the ones I want to cut are Cartographer and Aviasaur. I like Dragon Breath, I like Honeypot. I don't know if we need the Honeypot though. Lightning Strike is good. Flash Freeze is good. Alright, so let's just leave all the primal cards. I'm still thinking about this Honeypot. Let's think about just cards that aren't good for us. So I think the Smith's Hammer can go, Spitfire can probably go, Cryptic Etchings can go. All these things are making Honeypot worse, so we'll take it out. I think this will be 17 power plus Seek power. Rally, I think, is out of the question. Awaken the Ages is probably out. I know Be Gone doesn't fix for us, but I still think it's worth playing here. I'm not really looking at the units. Like, I think 18 is right where I want to be, because these Arachnodon eggs can be a little unreliable. Changey Stick is great, Welding Torch is great, Sledge is great. I'm wondering, do I cut one Javelin? It's more of a removal spell than an attachment. We need 2 more cuts. I think cutting Fledgling Aviasaur, while not my favorite thing, is probably fine here. Could also just cut the Wildfire Sensari. The spells we have, we're going to play on their turn. Maybe it is just that. Put the Aviasaur back in. And that does make our fixing a little easier, because then we only have 1 double fire card rather than 2. And then looking at either like Be Gone or Flash Freeze, I think I prefer the earlier play of Be Gone than I do Flash Freeze, and just makes our fixing a little easier. So yeah, I think this is going to be our deck. Let's get the power added. Get the power added. Alright, so we don't have any fixing strangers. Seek Power just adds 1 to all of our sources. So right now we 9 fire, 8 time, 7 primal. Seems like the right split. Awkward thing with both Outrider and Surveiller is if you want to pledge those, you can't play Arachnodon Egg turn 1. But I think that's okay. So I think this is our deck. Just want to close out this first drafting and deck building portion by saying thanks for watching, and I hope you'll join me for the games video next, where I'll start off by talking about the deck, what I think about it, and how I think it'll do, and then we'll actually play some games. So hope to see you in the next video.